Hello, everyone. Welcome to our live reactions for the Xbox Developer Direct. My name's Shane Bailey, and I'm joined by the one and only Shadowless from Hall of Gamers Pod. How are you, Cam?
Hey, yeah, good. Glad to be here.
Yeah, excited for this hopefully
Yeah,
new annual tradition, the Developer Direct.
I'm very interested. I love the format last year. I love the fact that we got a shadow drop. Not that I'm really expecting that this year,
Mm.
unless it's still song. I kid. But yeah, no, I'm very interested to finally. I mean, there's a few things from this year. There's hopefully going to be a release date for Hellblade II.
Oh, yeah. If you had to predict a date, what do you reckon?
So the community got
I predicted May about a week and a half ago, and then rumors this week say May. So I'll be stoked if I'm dead on.
Yeah, I've had a few people in my ear about April.
Mm.
Yeah, so I think if anything, it's probably going to be like a late April, early May kind of window.
What about Indie? Do you think we'll get a date?
Q4.
I'm going to say Q4. I reckon they say either fall or holiday 2024.
Yeah, I hope that they don't have the same, like, you know how Forza Motorsport had coming 2023 last year, and then everybody jumped on the bandwagon of like that G looks like a 6. It's coming out in June.
It's June. And like every G looks like a 6.
October.
Jason's in the chat. Hello, Neon Mirror. How are you, mate? Awesome. Well, Premiere says it's going to begin shortly, so we should have it up and running just in a moment. I'll take it full screen and we'll go from there. Don't forget, guys, this VOD, if you're not catching it, can't catch it live, is going to live on my YouTube channel. It's Shane Bailey on YouTube. And then later today, I'm going to be on The Fix with Infinite Umbra and Daniel McGee to break down this Developer Direct, which is exciting. We know we're going to see Indiana Jones, Hellblade 2, Avowed, and Ara History Untold. The show is meant to go for 48 minutes. 48 minutes is a lot for 4 games, Cam. I reckon we're getting a 5th. Yeah. I don't know if it's going to be... I don't think it's a shadow drop because they've said as much, but look, maybe we get something... Maybe it's Towerborn? Maybe it's that rumoured Double Fine game? You have to wait and see.
Man, there's so many different options.
About 40,000 people waiting so far. Let me just refresh this just to make sure. Oh, there we go. We got a countdown screen. Let's take that full screen. There we go. How's that looking? All right, I'm just going to quickly move it up a bit. How's that volume, Jace? Is that alright? Too loud?
Imagine if it was perfect dark. Man, it'd be nice to get some update of that perfect dark. I imagine it'll be like more mid-year though.
Yeah, I'm hoping the June showcase, or at the very least Game Awards, that's where it debuted 4 years ago this December. Here we go. Just a bit loud. Let me know if that audio is good once things start. Here we go. Oh, they didn't cross out the 4 and put a 5. Maybe they are sticking to 4. There's that G. There's that 6 again. Okay.
I was just wondering if we get like another psych out of just like, oh yeah, there is a 5th game, but it's coming from Obsidian, so it's still 4 studios.
Oh right, yeah.
Obsidian's just developing everything.
That's it, pretty much it. Yeah. They're like Pentiment 2 and 3. Just fuck it. We're just gonna. Announcing too many games. Oh, we're hearing from Todd. Where are we going first? I'm going to say Ninja Theory. Oh, Obsidian. Here we go. What's your hype level for Avowed, Cam?
The first trailer, I was like very keen on because of how dark it looked. The second trailer I felt was like too bright and colorful for what I was hoping. So I'm kind of I want them to balance the difference. I want something that's like dark and gritty, but like it can still have some bright and colorful moments.
Yeah.
But I haven't really played that much of Pillars of Eternity, so
yeah, fair.
At Obsidian, we love
bit quiet now. Okay, I'll pop it up.
Deep themes, dynamic gameplay, and thoughtful reactivity.
Love the Outer Worlds.
And Avowed is no different. We set out to blend the believable and fantastical to give players a world and experience like no other.
Yeah, I always assumed you'd get updates once Avowed shipped.
It's vibrant, it's strange, it's one of the most incredible settings in the world of Aora. There's going to be a lot of great secrets to discover, one of which has a really personal connection to you as the player character, and you're going to have a great time getting to know those secrets and leaving your mark on the world. And when it comes to encounters, our combat brings the best of the moment-to-moment fun that comes with action-oriented gameplay and the depth and breadth of choice that you get with an RPG. Here to talk more about Avowed's combat is Gabriel Paramo, gameplay director.
Here at Obsidian, our team's overarching goal is to empower you with choice. So we developed a flexible combat system that allows you to quickly swap from spellcasting and sharpshooting to melee combat. We want to give you the freedom to mix and match your loadout to fit the way you want to play from moment to moment, uninterrupted. For all battles, you can combine a variety of weapons, attacks, and abilities for tactical advantages against a wide range of enemy types.
Yeah, I suppose first person
You're
melee
making real-time decisions about when to use your abilities,
is either like, you know,
melee attacks, blocks,
Skyrim or Sea of Thieves,
and special attacks. If you choose to approach combat with a one-handed wand, it feels quick and snappy when dealing damage to enemies at mid-range. Using the Tanglefoot ability, you can stop enemies in their tracks, giving you the opportunity to focus on weaker or tougher combatants in an intentional and controlled manner. It's important to pay attention to the types of enemies you're dealing with. Some units are extremely defensive, some are brutishly difficult, and others you must make sure you prioritize, or their healing capabilities will put you in a tough spot. To help with the different encounters you will face, we provide customizable loadouts that can be quickly switched during combat. That means you can play however you want. Equip a sword and shield and charge into battle. Dual-wield pistols and control the encounter mid-range.
Oh, dual-wield. Nice.
Or even dual-wield wands.
I was a companion there, that's cool.
Mage. You could use your enchanted wand to freeze enemies, and then use your offhand weapons power attack to shatter them.
That's cool, so you'll be able to
keep you constantly engaged as battles unfold by creating a balance between pressure and manageability during combat.
Players will have ample choices for how to build and progress their envoy in the world of the Living Lands as they get to know the game and the story and explore the many diverse regions. Some quests in Avowed will have you make difficult decisions with profound consequences, like this side quest you may encounter in Shatterscarp, the third region you'll explore on your journey through the Living Lands. As you're exploring, you come across the bodies of these fallen soldiers, and as you explore the remains of the battle, it's up to you to determine
one-handed wand, that implies that there's a two-handed wand. Imagine a two-handed wand, you gotta like heave it around.
Manu, Kiri, Naoki, and me, training under Captain Ruiki, trying to keep Thirdborn safe.
In other words, you're a
gang of
vigilantes. Not that I'm one to judge.
Here, take my badge. Take everyone's. Our families deserve to know we fought and died for them.
Making the right choice isn't always what it seems. We embrace moral nuance and gray areas, trusting players to make tough decisions in complicated situations.
My squad and I rested in the cave by the water last night, and as we were sleeping, we were ambushed by those miserable Zorips. I was so surprised, and it was so dark. I just got separated from everyone else. Look, I can't face those monsters alone, but I have to know if anyone else made it out. Of course he did. Sergeant Asui never has a thought he won't say out loud. So what did he tell you? That Captain Ruiki was sick? That I was paranoid? That I was a dumb baby? I heard it all often and loudly. Wait, if you found Sergeant Asui, why is he not here with you? What happened?
At the end of the quest, you have a choice. When you confront Private Naoki, if you believe the story he's told you, you can hand over the badges and let him go back home.
You're right. Real battle isn't something you can prepare for, is it? It's not my fault. No, they should have never have camped in the cave. I'll take the badges. I'm going back to Thirdborn.
But if you confront him, if you believe that he fled the site of the battle as an act of cowardice, then he might challenge you to a fight to reclaim his honor. Either way, when you return to town, you'll see the consequences of your actions and the choices you made during this quest.
That's what I want.
Creating an immersive experience like Avowed is anchored in the world we build. Art director Matt Hansen and the team have worked to create a unique, colorful, and dynamic visual style.
From the outset, we knew that we wanted Avowed setting to feel
Imagine the pressure
rich,
every RPG studio must feel after Baldur's Gate 3.
wonderful.
Yeah.
We found
Set a new bar.
inspiration in a
Kinda reminds me of The
wide
Witcher.
swath of real-world cultures, helping us create a unique RPG experience. By contrasting the vibrant
Have you had the chance to
with
play
the
it yet?
dull, or verdant spaces
No, I
with
haven't.
sickly ones,
It'll
we
be.
can better
I'll get to
deliver
it one day.
complex emotional experiences
It's
for
just
our
when I hear
players.
people be like, I'm 3 hours
The
in,
Living
300
Lands
hours
is
in,
a
and I haven't scratched the
continent of
surface. I'm like,
untamed
nope.
valleys with widely varied biomes, from luxuriant forests to volcanic wastes. And each of those regions
I'm just gonna experience
itself
RPGs
is a conflux of storied
through,
landscapes.
like secondhand through Matt
All
now.
of the regions have a lot of
There's
special
Gaudi
things
Blitzer, I'm like,
associated with them.
no tomorrow.
But I have a deep place in my heart for Shatterscarp.
If BG3
As
had
you're
like
wandering
5,000
the
gamers
wastes
still,
of Shatterscarp, you might notice off in the
maybe.
distance a vibrant jewel of color. By transitioning from
Oh, they fixed the
destitute,
save bug,
muted
which is good.
tones of
Ah,
a
yeah,
wasteland of sand and marching in towards a beautiful oasis, there's the opportunity there for life, for
These trees look
adventure,
awesome.
and even
I
a little
like this
danger.
art style.
We hope you've enjoyed this look at Avowed. We're thrilled to share more about the game in the coming months, and we can't wait for you to explore the Living Lands
I
when
like the
Avowed
mix.
launches
I
this fall.
do hope there are some like really dark areas in the game,
Yeah.
like similar to the first trailer, but
Alright. Are we getting a
it
date?
looks keen.
I've got Pillars of Eternities on my playlist this year. I want to play it before I play this.
Love that art style. Fall
Oh, that
2024.
looks sick. Okay.
When does fall?
That's September to November.
Okay, I'm okay with that.
You're a few seconds ahead of me, I think.
Quite possibly.
Ninja Theory, let's go. Looks like we might end on indie.
Hi, I'm Don Matthews, studio head here at Ninja Theory in Cambridge, UK. We're now in the final months of development on Senua Saga Hellblade II, and the team is working hard to bring you an unforgettable journey into Senua's unique world and her battle for survival, where we have once again combined high fidelity and immersive presentation with a shorter, narrative-led experience that focuses on the things that we really care about, and that we hope you care about too.
Do you see how small you are? Do you see how the pitiless world stamps you down?
Senua is back with a new quest.
Melina!
She wants to stop the Vikings who raided her village right at their source, in Iceland. But not just her quest has changed. Senua herself has grown since the first Hellblade. She's made peace with her past and is no longer in such fear of her visions and voices. While the Furies are still her constant companions, she encounters new people along the way, some of which will value her unique perspective, and others who will reject it.
Little by little, this settlement became my tribe.
Exciting,
in
we'll
the
meet new
game,
characters.
Senua arrives in 10th century Iceland on the trail of the Vikings who have been enslaving her people. In the story, we're trying to be as faithful to history as we can up to a point, establishing a solid framework and then building more surreal elements on top. Senua will face up to giants who have plunged the land into chaos, and which in turn has seen the rise of the Droiga, a violent threat that has swept through the settlements that she'll discover. Senua will make new enemies and also new allies who will come to see her unique perspective as a beacon of hope. And she'll discover, along with us, how this viewpoint can have its advantages.
Senua is a Celtic warrior who experiences psychosis, seeing things that other people don't, hearing voices, and having unique beliefs about the world around her. To bring Senua's perspective of the world to life in a truthful way, we have once again worked closely with Professor Paul Fletcher at the University of Cambridge, as well as people with lived experience of psychosis.
What does that mean? What does that mean? It's terrifying.
Players will find themselves traversing beautiful and hostile environments, seeking answers from patterns and signs that Senua sees in her own unique way, and battling through encounters with enemies that will push Senua to her limits.
On Saga, we've taken everything to the next level. With a new motion capture space, a bigger stage team, a stunt crew, and a new
They got a budget.
We spent a lot of time planning the motion capture shoots, thinking of what events would be good to bring into this fight. Like, how can we make this fight feel different from the previous fight? We have all new combat for the sequel. One of our key goals was the ability to actually tell a story throughout it. It does feel very different from the first game, but it's very brutal.
I wonder if they're going to talk about the
very
length.
invested in it.
Like with this
Senua
kind
isn't
of
a
like with the
superhero.
budget,
She's fighting for survival,
are they able
and we want the
to
player to feel
like
her
double
struggle
the length
in
of the
every
first
step
game,
of
or
her
is it
journey.
gonna
Right.
that kind of?
We want the player to always.
I think
feel
we're still looking at
they
like a
just
sub 10 hour
straight through,
experience.
just survived it.
Which I'm fine with. I'm just interested
Mel
to
knows
see where they go
Senua
with
better
it.
than anyone, better than I do. Her instincts are amazing, and she really doesn't need much help from me. On stage, our main focus is storytelling. So I get to watch the actors and see all the beautiful expressions on their faces, and then I have to wait a little while, and then I get to see that all again in-game, in costume, on location, everything. It's a great experience, a great process.
Every discipline in the studio is unified in achieving a deep level of immersion
good.
to help suspend your disbelief and pull you into Senua's story. We were lucky enough to do a few reference gathering trips in Iceland. You have to be there. The sense of scale, everything is incredible. And you see a scene or you see a small section of the game and you're like, yeah, that works, that's amazing.
Senua experiences reality differently, and a part of this manifests in the
We
voices
actually
she
dug
hears.
up graves to get real skulls.
These voices come to life through binaural audio, which provides a good representation of this type of auditory hallucinations. As we focus in immersion, binaural audio is perfect for this because through headphones, you surround yourself in a three-dimensional space. In the first game, we only applied to the voices that Senua listens in her head. In this game, through a spatial audio technology and some extra little things within the game, there is music that is binaural. Every single sound has the potential to be binaural.
I'm hoping
so
whenever this releases,
everything
I've
is
moved by then and bought
spatialized around
like
you.
I
and it's
want to
very
buy a new
beautiful
TV in
experience.
this for just Hellblade 2.
Yeah.
Music is a strange language in the sense that it speaks to our emotions fast and deep. It's not only about quality, it's about personality. So when you listen to Hellblade,
This is one of the few games where I would choose quality mode over performance.
On the music, we are working with Heilung, which for me is a personal privilege because I really admire them. We feel their craft, their depth, their meaning in the music. It really connects with our game and elevates it to something really special. We are also working with a heavy metal singer, throat singers, and our very own Furies. They sing so beautiful, and we add that binaural touch of music. So this all creates a very immersive
I
and a
remember
very
seeing behind the
special and
scenes
unique
for
experience.
the first one of that.
Our mission here at Ninja Theory is to craft life-changing art with game-changing tech. And that's our aim in Senua Saga Hellblade II, is to not only see where Senua goes
As much
next,
as I love
to
Hellblade,
deliver something really meaningful for our players.
I would love to
My
Ninja
hope
Theory
is
just to
that
do
they
it
will really connect to
as
Senua as a
game
character,
again,
and even
you
if
know?
they can't
Like
really
an
relate to what
Enslaved
she's
or
going
not,
through,
like
maybe
a
they know
DMC.
someone that relates to that character and they can
Something not
then
so
understand
serious.
that person better.
I'm kind of hoping they can
Well, I don't
do
want to
that
sound
in the same way
cheesy,
Obsidian's
but
doing
in a
it.
way, I'm Senua, right? She
I'm
exists
wondering,
and
like,
doesn't. It exists through all of our world.
I think like
through
how
every
Tango
ninja.
went to
So,
like Hi-Fi Rush.
we all are Senua,
From like where you
and
within like
we are creating this
what
character that grows and grows
ideas
and
they
grows and
have.
grows and keep growing and keep changing. So
What they want to do,
that
but,
makes it real.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of the love, care, and passion our team here at Ninja Theory are putting into Senua's Saga Hellblade 2.
You figure that
not only create a game that is
they might
great
need a
to
palate
play,
cleanser
to
after this,
craft an
but then they've got
experience that
Project
leaves you
Mara, that like
thinking
horror game
and
coming
feeling.
up.
From our combat gameplay,
So
through
they
to
just
our
like doing the
action
dark
set
stuff.
pieces, from our cinematic scenes to our puzzle solving, everything.
Which isn't worse because we've got so much variety coming from the rest of
A
Xbox
journey
Game
that
Studios,
you
so
can embark
it's not a
on
huge thing. It's more
on
just
May
like opportunity
21st.
costs. Like, oh, I'd just love to see Ninja Theory do. Hey, May, let's go.
I'm definitely a few seconds ahead.
Yeah, okay. I didn't hear you react at first. That's great. Oh, that's a few days after my birthday.
I was just about to predict like May 16th. Ah! Alright, I'll wait.
Oh, what?
What?
Hello.
What?
Square? Did I just say Square Enix?
That said Square Enix.
I genuinely thought there was an error on my screen for a second. I was like, what the fuck's going on with my stream? Is that... What is that? Dragon Quest?
I'm not sure.
I don't...
Oh,
are they
man.
working on?
Greetings, Xbox players. My name is
Oh, is it
Masaru
Final
Oyama,
Fantasy 14?
producer for the Mana series here at
It's from
Square
the... It's Visions of Mana.
Ah, right.
マナの情報を Xbox ユーザーの皆さんにいち早くお伝えできる機会をいた
Well,
だ
this
け
is
て
cool. Third
大
party
変光栄です。
in what has
コンソ
traditionally
ー
been
ル
a
ゲームと
first
しては
party
約17年
show.
ぶりとなる聖剣伝
Well,
説シリ
didn't
ー
they
ズの
say
完
it's
全
all
新作
first party?
聖剣伝説シリーズは
They bought Square.
1991
They're
年
done.
ファイナルファンタジー外伝として誕生して以降
Would you
マナと
imagine a
聖
world
剣を
where
め
they
ぐっ
bought
て描かれる
Square?
Good
愛の
lord.
テーマに
I mean,
個性
the
豊かな
internet
キャラ
would
クターたち
burn.
心に響く楽曲の数々武器の特性を生かして戦
This
う
art's
アクション
cool.
RPG として
This isn't gameplay,
これま
right?
でに17作発売され
Of
長
like the
ら
old
く
games.
愛されてきました本作は30年以上の歴史あるシリーズの最新作となるためこれまで培われてきた聖剣伝説としての世界をしっかり感じられるものを目指して鋭意制作中ですフィールドでは自然や精霊とのつながりを感じられる色彩豊かな聖剣伝説の世界を体験してもらえると思いますシリーズおなじみのモンスターたちも本作に登場しています
Yeah, I'll pause for 3 seconds. Hopefully we're even.
Okay.
今回これらのおなじみのモンスターたちを作り出した聖剣伝説の生みの親である石井光一さんとともに聖剣伝説ビジョンズ・オブ・マナの内容を紹介していきたいと思います
Hello, I am Koichi Ishii from Gretz. I am so happy to introduce the newest game in the Mana series to Xbox players. 初期の頃からシリーズ作品に登場しているモンスターたちは私が考案したものですが、中には小学生の頃すでにイメージができていたものもあります。今作では初めはドット絵からスタートしたモンスターたちをどのような形で最新化して聖剣伝説ビジョンズ・オブ・マナに落とし込むか、デザインの方向性からモデルの完成イメージまでを監修する立場でプロジェクトに参加しました。聖剣伝説ファイナルファンタジー外伝を作っていた頃から自分の頭の中ではモンスターたちが立体的に生き生きと動いてこれまで自分が携わった作品ではそれらをどうやって当時の技術で表現できるかにこだわって作ってきました。最新作では聖剣伝説のモンスターたちのただ可愛いだけではなく恐ろしさの部分もしっかりと表現できているのでバトル中はモンスターたちの表情にも注目してください。これまで聖剣伝説シリーズには
空を旅する、海を渡る手助けをしてくれる頼もしい仲間たちがいましたが、今作には広大なフィールド探検に欠かせない新たな仲間が登場します。陸上を猛スピードで駆け回ってくれるピックル。ピックルも石井さんが新たに考案してくださっています。
Like I used to love Final Fantasy X.
Yeah.
新たな仲間を考えるにあたっては、今作のマスコットキャラクターになるくらい可愛い動物にしたいという漠然とした思いがありました。その上でヨークシャテリアの毛並み、見た目やアルマジロによく似た仙山港や古代エジプト神のアヌビスの子供といった具体的なイメージが浮かんできて、それぞれの特徴を取り入れながらラフデザインを書き起こしました。デザイナーにもアイデアを出してもらいながら、足の長さや丸まった時のイメージなどゲームの中での見え方も考えながら調整を重ねていき、ピックルは誕生しました。
もう一つの挑戦は楽曲面です。過去さまざまなコンポーザーが携わられた楽曲の雰囲気が感じられつつも、最新作として素晴らしい新たな楽曲が生まれました。 BGM でもしっかり聖剣伝説シリーズらしさを感じてもらえると思います。過去シリーズの楽曲を手掛けたクリエイターたちが全100曲という大ボリュームの制作に挑んでくれました。新たな試みとしてフィールドの探索からバトルまでをシームレスに体験できるよう、今作ではインタラクティブミュージックを導入しており、冒険の没入感を高めてくれます。探索中の BGM がバトルに入った瞬間、アレンジが切り替わる様を実際に聞いてみましょう。今作はアクション RPG 聖剣伝説のアクション部分が強化されています。空中でのアクションがバトルの鍵となっており、武器での攻撃だけでなく魔法での攻撃も可能になっています。そして本作ならではの特徴として聖剣伝説シリーズではおなじみの精霊たちがいますが、その力を宿した武器を使うとバトルを手助けしてくれるようになります。
Yeah, I feel ya.
精霊によっては様々な特性の違いがありますので、
I've had on my list to go try Blue Dragon and Lost Odyssey back in Pat. Just like to see like what all the hype was back in the day and how well they hold up.
I definitely want to play something like this, but I'm worried that it's going to be like a 200-hour experience that I end up neglecting a whole bunch of other games.
Sure. Yeah. I wonder if it'll be Game Pass.
チームのみんなが頑張って作ってくれていますので、ぜひ発売を楽しみに待っていてください。私自身もプレイするのを楽しみにしています。
聖剣伝説シリーズとして初めて Xbox ユーザーの皆さんにお届けする本作、聖剣伝説ビジョンズ・オブ・マナは、
To my knowledge, the only other Square Day 1 Game Pass game was Outriders.
この忘れられない冒険を Xbox ユーザーの皆さんに楽しんでいただける日が今から待ちきれません。
Power Wash Sim.
Oh, yeah. Okay, it doesn't say Game Pass here, so maybe not. Or maybe they're just going to save it. Had it used for later. Who knows? That's cool.
Yeah.
So first third-party game
I
of...
feel like they did have visions.
Genshin vibes? Yeah, I think it's the art style, Jace. It's had that... Oxide, here we go. For Ara. It has the cel-shaded kind of vibe.
No, it has already been announced for Game Pass.
Oh, it has? Oh, great.
Yeah. Hello, and welcome to Oxide Games. We founded the studio in 2013 with our decades of personal experience building some of the most beloved strategy games of all time, like Civilization V. We came together to create something new and innovative.
I've never played a Civ game, Cam, so I think I might try this one.
Our history Untold is the game we've dreamt of making.
I love Civ 3.
Ara is an homage to historical gamers, strategy gamers, 4X gamers. It features all the depth and gameplay fans of this genre love, where you'll explore the world, expand your nation, govern your people, and engage with your rivals on the international stage. But it isn't just more of the same. With Ara, we wanted to challenge some of the preconceived notions about the genre, push it forward in a modern, empowering, and truly compelling and approachable way.
For example, we have over 100 instruments on display in the office, which are all things that we purchased in order to add to the soundtrack and expand the game and make it really good. Hi, Dan. That's Dan. We started in his basement. It's been an amazing process to see from concept to completion. We started small, building a robust game engine, questioning our design assumptions, and prototyping out features, rediscovering what made us fall in love with strategy games in the first place.
The end result is Ara, the historical grand strategy game that presents a living world where you can rule how you want to rule and chart your own path to becoming the most prestigious nation on the planet.
For Ara, we knew we needed deep systems with outcomes that encourage exploration and give players the power to experiment and make meaningful strategic choices while still having agency over their playstyle.
We also wanted to explore more in different parts of history and give players from around the world the chance to see the game reflect their unique perspective and not just ours.
And finally, we knew that for players to feel the impact of their decisions, they would need to see their choices reflected in the game world itself, not just through numbers on a menu. One of the first differences you'll see when you dive into Ara is what we call the living world. It's a procedurally generated alternate Earth, bursting with life, an intuitive, authentic, and immersive space, a blank canvas for players to paint the society of their dreams.
The living world isn't just a map. It reflects the choices players make over the course of the game. They can see everything from the settling of the wilderness to cultural influence on architecture over time to the thousands of citizens living their lives and reacting to the changes. We want players to feel like they're truly occupying the world, leading their people as they thrive and grow. Core to the vision of Ara is our philosophy of rule how you want to rule. And no feature better exemplifies this than the prestige system.
To win a game of Ara, players will compete with their rivals to build the most influential, impressive, and important nation the world has ever known. This is measured by prestige, the player's score that proves their worth as a leader.
The prestige system gives players the chance to decide what kind of leader they want to be. Do they want to pursue great works of arts and culture? Military might? Scientific advancement? The choice is theirs. In Ara, there are no set victory conditions. Players get to decide what is most important to them and focus and prioritize on those goals while still being able to win the game.
Personally, when I play Ara, I like to build triumphs. Triumphs are our collection
Jace, you can focus on
and architectural achievements
replicating Neon Genesis in your game.
Like the Great Pyramid of Giza. They're hard to build, but worth it, giving huge prestige bonuses and game-changing abilities to the nation that constructs them.
Yeah, I'll try it.
Another aspect of Ara that I'm personally excited about is our crafting system.
The crafting system offers a unique challenge to the player that they generally won't see often in the 4X genre.
If it doesn't feel overcomplicated,
succeeding at balancing,
gathering
the right things, turning them into the tools that you need, and then finally getting to the outcome or reward of something like an important improvement or triumph. Just changes the challenge that exists in Ara.
You can pick a different focus for each of your civilizations,
Crafting plays out in
so
Ara
it's like
at a national scale,
art, military, and one was technology, and they showed
natural
concept art of what
they
looked like mechs.
into all manner of goods and components. Those are the foundation for everything, from international trade to improving their cities and citizens' lives, and even manufacturing the weapons necessary to draft military units. The crafting system in Ara encourages thoughtful, advanced planning. It rewards players who can see the strategic outcome of all their collective decisions, and not just the individual ones.
I'm proud of the work that's gone into our simultaneous turn system. Many strategy games have players alternate taking turns and reacting to their opponent's moves. In Ara, all players' actions are resolved at the same time. This rewards players' ability to navigate uncertainty, to predict and strategically plan for a variety of scenarios in the moment. This system makes Ara just feel more real. In a typical strategy game, once your turn is finished, you have to wait for a long time. With simultaneous turns, generally speaking, those times are very low. You get to keep playing the game and stay engaged rather than having those periods of downtime where you're not doing anything.
It's not easy sifting through all of history and picking what to include. For Ara, we wanted to offer a fresh perspective, so we looked at cultures and societies throughout the millennia with the broadest lens possible.
Where this approach really shines is in our leaders. Leaders are so often seen as military personnel or prominent government figures, but leaders come in so many different forms. They're thought leaders, scientific and cultural prodigies, and many more.
Each leader in Aura has a number of special abilities determined by their personality traits, as well as a powerful and unique leader trait, informed by their contributions to world history.
With a diverse global roster, we know players will find leaders that they will want to play. And even a few that may surprise them with how fun it is when those leaders are handed the reins of power.
For us at Oxide, player feedback is the only way to really understand what you're making. It gives us that priceless perspective from the people we're making Aura for, you.
Building the game alongside real players has given us that critical player feedback. In the end, we believe this makes for a deeper connection between the players and the game.
One of my favorite examples is when we first introduced the concept of dangerous wildlife to the game. It turns out, in our first iteration, it was maybe a little bit too aggressive or disruptive. We knew we should probably make a change when one of our insiders made a forum post that was just,
"Cougars, cougars,
cougars, I hate cougars!"
Someone get these feline demons away from me. I'm happy to report, based on more recent feedback, that I think we ended up in a good place with the overall threat level of mountain lions to a player's citizenry.
It's been years of
Hey,
hard
people
work
in the
to
past
bring
had
this
to deal with
strategy
cougars,
experience like no other.
Exactly.
You do too.
And we're so excited that we
Players.
can finally see the finish line. We can't wait for players to get their hands on the game later this year.
But the launch of Aura is only the beginning.
Nice.
We are going to maintain our insider program after the release date and continue to listen to players and support the game into the future.
On behalf of everyone at Oxide Games, thank you for joining us today. We can't wait for you to play Aura and to create your own history.
Nice. A bit later than I expected. I thought it was going to be first half.
PC Game Pass.
Yeah, I wonder if they'll do an Xbox port.
Yeah, I was just thinking like whether they could put that on console, but it might be a very hard task.
Well, they've done it with Age 4, so here we go. Indie, let's do it. When's it coming?
Releases today.
Well, we got nothing for Q1. Here we go, Machine Games. Show us the goods.
Hej och välkommen till Uppsala, Sverige, här hos Machine Games. We are really excited to finally be able to share our work on Indiana Jones. Since the first film came out, Indiana Jones has always represented the ultimate adventure. Even today, it's one of the most iconic franchises in pop culture. In this game, you aren't just playing as Indy, you are Indiana Jones. You will see through his eyes and experience a journey that we hope lives up to the proud legacy of Indiana Jones. When Todd Howard first
person or third person came or mix?
We knew it would be a very good fit to help bring it to life.
I've wanted to make an Indiana Jones game forever.
I want to say first-person combat,
for what it would be like and the
third-person
story, what Indy was going after, what period of his life
like
it
surely
was in,
they gotta use the
arc
whip
he was
as
going to have. And
a way
as
of
the years
solving
went on, I
puzzles,
thought,
something like
who
that.
would be like the best studio in the world to make this? And it was my friends at Machine Games. I can remember pitching Lucasfilm on the game and being, a little bit nervous because, look, it's, Indiana Jones, and their response was just overwhelmingly positive, and just that excitement has bled through the whole project.
Played the first
and
one
they've
on
just
PC
been so trusting and supportive of everything that we want to do with the game.
2D.
It's been a long time. I've been a fan of this my whole life, and I couldn't be more excited to show you what the team here has been up to. Let's take our first look at the new Indiana Jones game.
Let me tell you what you are missing, Dr. Jones. While you were playing your pointless game, I was playing you. You're wondering if maybe you should have built yourself a life of meaning instead of ending up
I've forgotten how good Machine Games storytelling is.
And forgotten in the sense of Africa.
They went for the Harrison look, didn't they?
Yeah. Immediately, just straight off the back too, it feels so Wolfenstein-like.
Myths.
Oh, I'm pumped.
History.
Oh, damn, that's good.
Different ways to interpret the past. Thousands of years of humanity's thoughts and beliefs, scattered and buried.
This looks like it's first. Will we see any third?
Waiting to be found.
You can't just run away from
whip.
Indiana.
Watch me. Throughout history,
maybe it is all first.
Mankind has built sites of great spiritual significance. If you were to draw a line through these ancient sites around the globe, you get a perfectly aligned circle. I've had run-ins with these guys before. Trust me.
Oh, there's a gun.
In the park.
Okay, then. Let's see if you can keep up.
What do you mean if I can keep up? Patron of the fallen angels. Protector of the Chukulimani. The Great Circle. You have any idea how old that was?
Come on, release date.
Maybe they'll mention it at the end.
Indiana Jones is such an iconic character, and he means so much to so many people. Everyone here at the studio has their own indie stories and memories. Most of us grew up with his adventures and have been fans of the movies and the character for years. He's a brilliant archaeologist.
I wasn't sure by that gameplay, like how
everyman.
much
He's
of that
passionate and
Wolfenstein
determined.
kind of
And for us, he's synonymous
gameplay I
with
felt
adventure.
like would be captured, but it
Now
looks
we have the opportunity to tell a
exactly
new
like
Indiana
it.
Jones story for a modern gaming
that
audience.
makes me even more keen for
Our
the
game is all about putting you in Indy's shoes, letting you see and feel what he sees and feels. For us at Machine Games, we do that best through first person. It's the ideal perspective to bring you into the rich, exciting, and interactive world we've built. We believe that being up close and personal to the
Visually
adventure
looks
is
stunning.
key, making each action feel like your own.
Whether it's cracking your whip, solving puzzles in ancient temples, or seeing your knuckles go bloody in a fistfight, all of these moments are much more intense in first person. But we still want you to have those moments. Seeing his iconic silhouette with the hat and the whip, and so for things like cutscenes and environmental traversal, we pull the camera back for a third-person view.
Oh, cool.
Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is set between Raiders of the Lost Ark and The Last Crusade.
When our game begins, Indiana is working at Marshall College. He wakes up in the middle of the night to the sounds of a break-in and rushes to confront the thief in the college museum. The mysterious giant of a man makes off with what seems to be a historically insignificant artifact, sparking Indiana's curiosity.
Who the hell are you?
Following the trail, Indiana heads to the Vatican, hoping to learn why this particular relic was stolen, and discovers that things aren't what they appear.
He starts pulling at the strings of a mystery, and it all unravels until he has no choice but to see it through to the end, whatever the end may be.
On next plane to Rome. Stop. Need help. Stop. Libyan Vatican. Stop. Indy.
We always talk about how clever Indiana Jones is. That had to be one of our guiding principles when we were thinking about the type of game we were making. It wouldn't be Indy if he wasn't using his wits to get through the situation. The most authentic Indiana Jones experience we can make is the one that makes you think first.
Getting the hang of this.
Sure, there will be some obstacles that will be more easily overcome with the revolver or a gun taken from a disarmed guard. But I think most of the time you'll have more fun, and to be honest, a more genuine indie experience by finding more clever ways to solve a problem.
We always want to be offering more solutions, whether it's
Starting
trying
to sound more like an
different
immersive
paths
sim
through
than
the
anything.
environment to get around enemies, observing enemy patrols and using them to your advantage, or using the tools at your disposal, like the whip.
It's an amazing global adventure, with action propelling you through your journey.
We have these really diverse environments for you to explore. Indy's journey will take him to the forgotten temples of Sukhothai, the pyramids of Egypt,
I'm wondering like what
the
level
snow-peaked
of
Himalayas, and beyond.
stealth there is too, because
We
you
look
think someone
carefully
like
at
Machine
each
Games would
location
just
and the
be
time
going
period the
guns
game is
blazing
set in,
like
and we're
Wolfenstein.
trying to make it as authentic
But like
and accurate as
whether
possible.
there's aspects of
We
this
love
game that's more
creating rich,
beneficial to
vibrant
something
worlds.
like
And this game, we also had the goal
Dishonored.
of making it feel like a true
could just go through
cinematic
and stuff
Indiana
areas.
Jones adventure.
Yeah, Machine Games.
One of the biggest ways to do that
I think
is
one thing
with
they don't
music.
get enough credit for is the level design. So it gives you so much choice, even in
John Williams
Wolfenstein,
is the original
how you
composer
tackle
for the indie
situation.
films, and we're really lucky to have found Gordy Hub, a composer who's been able to capture Williams' essence with his score for The Great Circle.
We also take a very movie-like approach to things like cinematics. We're very physical with our production style. We use a lot of stunt actors.
Look who that actor
Things like
is,
this
Cam.
help us bridge the gap between making a game and making a movie.
I blinked and missed it.
And of course, our characters do a lot
Was
to
it
help
Harrison?
bring the world to life as well.
No.
Next to Indy, Gina is our other main protagonist. Where Indy is pursuing answers just
Who
for the
was
sake
it?
of
I'd-
curiosity,
What did I miss?
I'd be
Gina
surprised
has
if they
a
don't
personal
mention his
stake
name.
in getting to the bottom of the core mystery.
Gina is an investigative reporter who has a lot riding on this adventure. She's been tracking a lead for some time, and now she's found an ally in this determined American professor. Their paths are intertwined, and they'll need each other in order to get to the bottom of this mystery.
Okay, then. Let's see if you can keep up.
Fine. What do you mean if I can keep up?
We always love our villains and think we might have found our favorite one yet in Emmerich Voss. He's this intensely psychological man. He's obsessed with the human mind and manipulating it.
He's highly intelligent and the perfect foil for Indy. They're both brilliant people, compelled by their passions and obsessions, but driven down wildly different roads.
He creeps up on you and gets under your skin like he gets under in the skin. It's captivating.
Dead and forgotten in the sense of Africa.
One of our mottos for Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is adventure first. But in every indie adventure, there are always those moments where he finds himself in the action.
That's been one of those balancing acts for us, and we've ended up with this sort of hybrid experience that mixes melee combat, stealth, and gunplay.
How you approach any given situation is up to you. You may choose to
There you
sneak
go, they
around
name
an
drop
enemy
stealth.
patrol, or maybe you'll just pick up a shovel and whack them on the back of their head.
Oh.
And when you can't use your wits, you got Indy's most iconic tool. Just like you see in the movies, one of our goals has been to make the whip as fun and multi-purposed as possible. We want it integrated into every aspect of the game.
You can use it as a traversal tool to make your way around the environment. You can use it as a distraction.
Come on, give me
And
an
yes,
achievement
you
just
can
all whip
absolutely
now.
use it in combat.
It's just like nothing but whip.
Everything you'd expect from Indy's whip, and hopefully a little bit more. Puzzles are a key feature in our game. The spirit of discovery is so important to Indiana Jones. Obviously, there are a handful of puzzles on the main path, but a lot of the puzzles are optional and are just there for the players who want to experience them. Epic traps, small secrets, and hidden puzzles that blend right in with their surroundings.
One thing I love about our game is the level of interactivity that we have. We have this world of mystery where anything could potentially hide a secret. The more you look, the more you'll discover.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
I want to thank you all for joining us for our big reveal of Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Machine Games is known for creating these rollercoaster experiences with huge set pieces, surprising twists, and immersive narratives. It's exciting for us that we have been able to stay so true to the Indiana Jones franchise and create such an authentic experience while still being able to showcase what makes us us. We are making a game for everyone, whether you are very familiar with the franchise or not. Because at the heart of Indiana Jones is an incredible adventure, and I think that's something everyone wants to be part of. I'm also very excited to announce that Indiana Jones and the Great Circle will be coming later this year, and we cannot wait to share more soon.
Giving a release window? Or just...
2024.
Ah!
Damn, the more I think about it though, Indie's probably like my perfect game.
Yeah?
Because I love archaeology.
Yeah, true. Yeah, nice.
Ooh. Oh, outro. Okay.
There you go. So we got Hellblade up first in May.
Yep.
Visions of Mana in the summer, so that'll probably be June, July, August. And then
is it animals, children, and game
fall
developers?
is Ara, Avowed, and then Indiana Jones.
Our mission
some
here at
point
Ninja
there.
Theory is to craft life-changing art with game-changing tech.
Wandering Indie's like a October to December kind of game.
Yeah.
Is our philosophy of rule how you want
Yeah, I could
to
see it
rule.
in November.
Stay happy.
Creating an immersive experience like Avowed is anchored
Kind of makes
in
me
the world
wonder
we
like
built.
how much they're trying to tee it up with the movie release.
You aren't just playing as Indie, you are.
Because when the movie
Indiana
comes out,
Jones.
it wasn't too long ago.
Yeah.
My name is Masaru Oyamata.
I think this was meant to ship much earlier than this year,
聖剣
so...
伝説のアクション部分が強化されています
Imagine COVID and that would have, yeah. Gone away.
There we have it. That was the Xbox Developer Direct for 2024. Cam, tell me, what are your thoughts on that?
Oh man, I'm conflicted. I like everything that was shown off, but I was hoping that they didn't do the same like repeated last year with they did with Forza Motorsport of coming soon or coming 2024.
Sure, yeah.
I want a release date for Indie.
Yeah.
Like a release window, but it's good to finally have one for Hellblade 2. I'll tell you that
100%.
much.
Yeah, I think it's good. I think it's really good. Yeah, like you, I liked everything that was shown. I think it looked great. I'd say nothing blew me away, but I think that for me, I have so much faith in each of the studios.
Yeah.
That are here, like Obsidian, like I know they're going to smash it out of the park, particularly on choice and storytelling. So I'm like so pumped for Avowed. I think the combat can go, I don't know, either way on this one. I think people might not enjoy it, but I think the level of creativity that they're looking to give the player is really good. Switching up the different loadouts and customizing how at any given point what are in your hands. Like he has a dual wield pistols, as a sword and a wand. So I think it's going to be really fun to play around with. And I'll definitely play Pillars of Eternity before this drops.
It'd be very interesting. Like I'm typically not your RPG kind of person, but like the combat does look pretty fun in it. But like in terms of RPG systems, I could really care less about those kind of narrative. I'm like pure gameplay first.
Sure, I'm the same.
So as long as the gameplay feels very natural to me.
Yeah. Like
if I feel boss mode just doing 2 wands at once, like I'll do that.
Yeah. Yeah, I love the Outer Worlds, and yeah, I'm gameplay's king kind of guy. I love the Outer Worlds, but its combat wasn't the thing I loved most about it. Like it was good, but I'm there for the world and my crew, and the story, like charting my own path, sort of thing. Specifically, the world of the Outer Worlds, like it's the corporations have taken over space sort of thing, and the all the humor that came with that as well. I think that's what I like about Obsidian also.
It's definitely a game I want to get back into this year. There's
yeah,
a few RPGs I've got listed.
I've got on my list is to complete the 2 DLCs that dropped before Outer Worlds 2 drops eventually, so I'll probably get to those later this year at some point.
Isn't one of them like a murder mystery that's currently like...
Yeah, Murder on Eridanos, yeah. That's apparently the second one and apparently the best one, yeah.
Okay.
So yes, that's exciting. Yes, I think Avowed looks good. I think Hellblade, I said it before this show even started, I mentioned, well, I've said in the past that we don't need to see more of this game. I'm already sold. I just wanted a release date. It's cool to see all the effort that goes into that title, but yeah, I just want to play it. So May, it's close. It's good.
They've shown it off so many times, like whether it be, I don't think they showed it off Gamescom, but like they've shown it off how many Game Awards?
Yeah.
Like there's been so many.
It was the 2019, the first with the Series X, and then I think they Ninja Theory appeared again at the E3 2020 showcase, but there was no gameplay. It was just like, hey, we're in Iceland. Look forward to the game.
Like we're on vacation at the moment, just taking like beautiful photos.
Yeah, and then I can't remember the next time, but it was like the troll thing, the big giant.
Yeah.
And then the next time we saw it was like E3 last year, and it wasn't combat. I know that everyone was upset that we saw just more of Senua in like a cave and going. Yeah, the psychosis was hitting her. Yeah, and then it was gameplay at the Game Awards, which I think was the best showing, and I think that it looks stunning. I'm excited by the fact that there are more characters now that we're going to be meeting. So I think that'll add a bit of variety to it, you know, because for the most part in the first game it's just Senua and voices. And you get those FMB snippets with other characters from her past, but I think meeting new characters, having a supporting cast, that'll make it interesting. So yeah, I'm excited.
I'm really interested to see how long it ends. Like I want a optimal. Like this is the thing, they haven't said anything about the length, so it could just easily be a 30-hour game and we have nothing to go off.
Yeah, well they did.
I really hope they said it.
They said shorter in this.
Okay.
And a shorter experience in this presentation. So I think it is a sub 10 hours, which I'm fine with, because there's one thing I know about Hellblade is that I remember seeing, I think like the how long to beat is like 5 or 6 hours or something like that.
Yeah.
And so
you can do it easy with like 6 hours with a guide, something like that.
Yeah, yeah. And I remember thinking, oh sweet, I'll smash this out in maybe one sitting, like maybe because I was like, it's a cinematic experience. Maybe I just want to do it in one sitting. And I remember after 90 minutes, I was like, oh my God. I was just like, it was so impactful and like emotionally and mentally overwhelming. I'm like, I need a break. So I don't know. I don't like, they're trying to create a specific kind of like, you know, emotionally taxing, impactful experience. I don't think anyone wants that for 30 hours, honestly. So I'd be happy with 8, you know. Yeah, so yeah, I'm pumped. I think it looks stunning, and I think the combat looks really cool. Then we had Visions of Mana.
I was gonna say quickly with Hellblade, as long as we get like varied puzzles and varied combat,
yeah,
like from the first one, that was the only thing that the first one kind of missed the mark with.
Definitely, yeah. There was like only a dozen moves you could really do at any given point, and a handful of enemy designs as well. And the puzzles did get a bit repetitive. I think, you know, that's them operating on a shoestring budget, and hopefully that changes this time.
I mean, they got Microsoft money now.
They got the Microsoft money. They got that new studio. They're not using PVC pipes and stuff for their capture sessions. And then we had Visions of Mana pop up. Nice surprise. Not first party. Square Enix coming. Visions of Mana on Xbox later this year, the summer. Yeah, what did you think of this one, Cam?
I think it looks very cute. I'm very keen to try it out once I hear some of the reviews. I don't know what to expect with the Mana games, in all honesty. I've never played them before. I've never really been invested in them.
Yeah,
I mean, when Square Enix popped up, I was like, Final Fantasy VII.
That would have been fun.
It's good to see. It's good to see that they're putting some more stuff on Xbox though.
Yeah.
I want to.
Yeah, well, that's what they said at their last.
Yeah,
was it TGS last year? There was some presentation, and Phil Spencer rocked up and
I think it was TGS.
Said that FF14 is coming to Xbox, and the plan is to bring more Square Enix. I think they said as many Square Enix games as we can to Xbox. So
I'm pretty sure that's next month, right? Final Fantasy 14 in beta.
Yeah, it's soon.
Something like that.
And then you've got Rebirth the end of Feb on the 29th. Exclusivity on that one is 3 months. I've got a feeling that the June showcase, Square Enix will have a big presence. I think we get an announcement of Remake for Xbox. I don't think it'll be this year. Maybe next year. And I think at that point, that indicates that Rebirth will obviously come at some point.
I mean, I'd be... They're planning a trilogy, right? For these...
I think so. Yeah, I think it's broken up into 3 parts, yeah.
I'm okay if we've waited all this time and then they just go, bam, let's just say 2025 we get Remake, and then 2026 we get Retrograde, and then 2027 the new one comes out on both consoles. Something like that.
Yeah.
Like, I'd love an experience like that.
Yeah, I can see that happening. In the same way that back in the day, like Splinter Cell was like a timed exclusive, I'm pretty sure, for the original Xbox, and it came to PS2 later. And then Conviction was an exclusive, and then Blacklist was a multi-platform like release on day one.
Yeah.
So I could see them swaying more to that. Like I expect when Persona 6 is announced that it's a multi-platform release from day one. Yes, that's exciting. And then Ara, History Untold from Oxide Games. Like we mentioned, Cam, we're not huge strategy people, but you've enjoyed Civ in the past, so you're going to lose your life to this one?
I'm very keen. Like, straight off the bat, it kind of looks to me like a mix of, like the Civ that came out on 360, Revolution?
Revolution, yeah.
Yeah.
It was hex-based, right?
That core gameplay experience mixed with, I would say, like Civ 6 kind of look. I mean, like I said before, Civ 3 is my favorite in the franchise. It was bare bones, but addicting enough to like spend days of your life at a time. And I'm kind of hoping... Well, I guess I'm hoping in 2 things. The fact that you can play simultaneously leads to shorter games, which leads to a better experience. But then at the same time, like how's that going to look? Is it going to be like on a timer-based system?
Sure.
For a turn? Like, I want to see what the limitations are of this multiplayer, like playing it at the same time, and then I want to dive in. Like, if this has a good achievement list, I'm definitely going to play it day one.
Nice.
The only hard ask, I guess, is getting people to play it on PC Game Pass.
Right.
For me.
Yeah, I think I love that Xbox Game Studios publishing like the second party capacity supporting games like this. I think they've indicated that where they're going to find growth in Game Pass is mostly on PC and then eventually streaming. So the fact that they are leaning into, for the longest time, like, back in the 360 era, Microsoft was criticized for games for Windows and the lack of support there, right? Like people got it was like Supreme Commander, and then Halo 2 3 years late, Shadowrun, which at least no one enjoyed, but I think was way ahead of its time. So I think I like to see that this is it's a PC release first. Maybe they port it to Xbox in the same way that Age of Empires 4 came later, once they were able to adapt it properly to console.
I feel like we're getting like a resurgence of like those classic 2000s kind of early strategy games. Like, I love the fact that they're putting so much love and attention into the Age series.
Age of Empires 2 continues to get DLC. That's crazy. That's so good.
I kind of wish it would stop. I'm like over like 1,100 hours played on it.
Oh shit.
And now I need to once again go back and The only gripe I have was the Return of Rome thing that they did, trying to put Age 1 into Age 2 was really mismanaged.
Yeah.
Like all the other I think it was like Lords of Duke or I remember what the DLC pack before that was, but like they really did grand scale battle and they did it like whole map kind of come in, wipe them out. I love Age of Empires 2. It's like one of my favorite games of all time.
It's phenomenal. Yeah.
Age of Mythology though.
Right.
I want Age of Mythology mid-year. I want them to give me more details because like that is the game that I'm most keen for.
Yeah, I've got a sneaking suspicion it's a bit further out.
Yeah,
I think it's
I do too.
Maybe
but I can hope.
Maybe 2025. Honestly, we'll see.
A man can hope.
Yeah, back on the DLC side tangent completely, but
yeah,
they re-released Age 2, the deluxe edition, and they added new DLC. Halo Master Chief Collection got new seasons for God knows how long. There's a rumored Gears collection that I'm hoping is like announced at June and releases in July or August or something. In the same way they announced Gears Ultimate Edition. They're like, it's out in a couple of months.
Yep.
I would love it if they continued to update like Gears 2, Gears 3, or maybe just pick one of them. I think Gears 3 is probably the one to go for multiplayer. But continued to update like Gears 3 multiplayer in the same way they made new seasons for Master Chief Collection.
Apparently, the feelings with the Coalition is all the prior Gears games, like, you know, your 1, Free, and Judgment are legacy games now. So they don't require that level of attention to, like, making sure achievements don't become discontinued, that kind of stuff.
Sure.
I do believe in the rumor that the Gears collection is a thing because, I mean, Halo, you saw the exact same thing happen with the 360 games being delisted because MCC was the optimal experience. It was the experience that they were going to support going forward. And, I mean, you think of the launch date of MCC and how they, like, turned that into such a success story. I mean, like, Halo Infinite's even getting... Like, I don't think Halo Infinite was anywhere near as disastrous as Halo MCC's launch.
Yeah, Halo Infinite functioned. So...
But, like, I would say the problem with Infinite was, like, it was... it lacked those core features that you'd expect from a Halo game. Like, co-op especially. But then, like, even now, it's getting, like, a resurgence with... what is it, Season 5?
Season 5 currently, yeah.
Yeah. So I've gotten so far off.
Oh, we're talking about Gears Collection and how that...
Yeah, Gears Collection. Yeah, I do believe Gears Collection is a thing and it'll probably be, like, announced 3 months later, launched. The only thing I'm concerned about with that game is, like, what the seriously achievement's gonna be. Like, these aren't games that I can go back to and, like, clean up in a weekend. These are, like, massive investments of time. Gears 5 seriously achievement was 50 re-ups and veteran campaign and all this.
Yeah. That's something you chase for an entire generation.
Yeah. I mean, it is an achievement in itself to complete, but God, I don't want to invest a RPG's length of time. Sorry, a JRPG's length of time to one particular achievement.
No, that's it. Well, you'd be able to ask Nick Baker about that Gears collection.
Yeah.
Maybe on the show. Of course, that was our History Untold. And then lastly, Indiana Jones. Machine Games. No release date, just a release window of 2024, unfortunately. Kind of hoping for a window here. But yeah, first person. For the most part, a bit of third-person traversal. Yeah, what you said it might be. This might be your perfect game, Cam.
Yeah, I wanted to be an archaeologist growing up, and then I realized there's no money in it, or it's very hard to make money in it. We had, like, when I was in primary school, we had this lovely lady come in that was, like, very small primary school. 50 people. She would come in and do like Bible studies, kind of have a word with the class like for an hour once a week. And her son was an archaeologist, and she used to always tell me stories about all the different stuff he was doing, the archaeological digs in Melbourne. And I always just found it really fascinating. At the same time, I was like reading, you know, like the Egyptology books and that growing up. So I'll be honest, I think I've watched Indy, like the first movie once, but that was so long ago that I can barely remember anything. So I'm definitely going to rewatch the movies. Sorry, I'm definitely going to watch the movies before this game comes out, because I kind of want to be able to place everything that's happening and understand the characters and all that.
Yeah.
But man, seeing that, like, what's the right word for it? Seeing those characters like that, straight off, it's giving me such Wolfenstein vibes.
Yeah.
And which makes complete sense, right? Because of Machine Games, but man, I'm just wondering if how often are Nazis in the Indiana Jones movies? They're quite prevalent, right?
Yeah, I've only seen them once as well, so I couldn't tell you.
I feel like Nazis are at least in one of the movies.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure. I'm just wondering if Todd just went, they've done with plenty of like Nazi games and all that. They're the perfect studio for this. And just
yeah.
Here you go. I'm very keen. I imagine we'll get a release date mid-year, but this is definitely going to be like, yeah, I'm jumping on it straight away.
Yeah. I mean, the fact that it's 2024 at all, I think is a surprise to most people, right? Yeah, I didn't expect this game to be so far along. I definitely had it pegged as maybe first half 2025. I think it looks absolutely stunning.
2019, their previous one, right?
2017 was the new Colossus. Youngblood, I'm pretty sure was 2019. But that was co-developed by Arcane Leon. Yeah, so this has probably been one of their main I think Pete Hines back then, they confirmed they were working on Wolfenstein 3, so maybe work had begun and then this popped up. And
I imagine if Disney hands you like an opportunity like this, you just
I think it sounds I would assume that they were working on Wolf 3 and then Todd Howard pitched Lucasfilm and then he had to find a studio and then Machine Games was approached. So we'll see. I'm excited about it. I do wonder how enjoyable, because they showed him using one pistol once in this. Yeah. Like, how enjoyable is combat going to be? I'm liking the mix of stealth and fist to fist with the whip and that sort of thing. So I'm just wondering how enjoyable that's going to be. I think, I'm not concerned about puzzles, level design, storytelling. I think just moment-to-moment gameplay. How's it going to feel? I'm just watching back, and let me see if I can find... the timestamps are going to be all over the place, but...
Yeah. I imagine the closest comparison to this is going to be like how Tomb Raider, like how the recent trilogy plays.
Yep.
Like that level of puzzle design mixed with some close combat kind of survival kind of combat.
Yeah. Are you on my stream right now?
Yeah.
Are you seeing a pause screen?
I'm seeing a pause screen of the back of an actor.
Okay, let's see if you can see this person's face.
I wonder if it's who I can't.
Can you tell who that is?
No.
That's Troy Baker.
That is Troy Baker?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I'm surprised I didn't mention it. That's 100% Troy Baker.
Yeah, wasn't that leaked though? Wasn't there?
Going around if it was, I didn't see it. Yeah.
Okay.
I think people were speculating. Yeah.
because I'm just like, no way is that like they wouldn't have got Harrison Ford's voice. They've got a really good voice actor here because
yeah, but it's interesting that he's doing a. Oh, there's probably a better shot actually. Let's just go back a bit. Oh crap!
How he looks during the combat's reminding me of Richie from The Bear. I cannot see the like anything other than that actor
right
in that moment.
I think he's done a good job imitating the Indiana Jones voice. Like he doesn't sound like Sam from Uncharted, for instance, right? So yeah,
he sounds like Walmart version of Harrison Ford for sure. Like I mean that in a positive way though. Like that is the closest you're going to get to that voice.
Yeah. So there we have it. Xbox Developer Direct. I think it's good. I think these formats aren't particularly hype. Like they're not just like, whoa. But like to get a behind the scenes look at games we're excited for and know that they're all coming this year. I think it's a good way to kick off the year.
The only, I don't want to say criticism. The only thing that seems weird to me is like having Visions of Mana in there.
Right.
As much as I like it, the fact that they've communicated a first party direct and then included Square Enix out of nowhere.
Sure.
Seems I don't know. Does it like seem strange to you or?
I think it's strange that. So what I did the predictions. I did a preview video just on my YouTube channel, just talking about like what I think we'll see, like the predictions on release windows and that sort of thing. Will there be a fifth game? I had said that I would be completely open to third-party games that are either coming to Game Pass or exclusive. So if, for instance, if Stalker 2 was to show up here, I think that makes complete sense. Not a first-party game, right? But part funded by Microsoft and a timed exclusive dropping day one into Game Pass. Yeah. I think that is a game that would fit in this. Or even if it was something like a notable indie that's coming to Game Pass, like a Replaced or a 33 Immortals or something like that. Or like Arc 2, that sort of thing. Anything with exclusivity, I think that makes sense. I agree with you. I think it is a bit weird. It's a bit weird that it was just a third-party game that's coming to Xbox later this year. To my knowledge, Visions of Mana was revealed at the Game Awards. So up until this point, there hasn't been any indication that this has Xbox marketing or something like that. It's a bit strange.
I think if they like with the Xbox Wire article, they've said like the other 4 games that are coming out, and you get pumped because it's like, all right, cool. We're finally getting a first look at Indiana Jones and like that level of, like we're getting a release date for Hellblade, that level of stuff. You kind of have some expectations around it. When they just, I don't want to say like shadow announce. It's not like, I don't know what term you would like coin for this, but like when you insert a third party game into your lineup of first parties, like does that create a unreasonable expectation of like, oh, they've included them, they must be going first party or something?
Sure.
Like massive swing.
Yeah.
Like that one, but
it's a stretch.
To jump to that conclusion, but I don't know. It just seemed very weird in terms of a marketing message.
Sure. I would say that I would hate for the developer direct to become more third party than first. I think it needs to remain,
especially with the amount of studios that Microsoft has.
Yeah. I like that it's a preview of Xbox games or Microsoft studios, including Bethesda and maybe Activision in the future. It's a preview of like, here are the games that our internal studios are working on that are coming this year. That's what I think most people get excited for about Developer Direct. It's like, okay, great. We don't have to wait until June to see more of the games we're excited about.
I think it's fine if it's a thing like Aria, where you've got that heavy investment in it. That's sure it's a third party, but this game wouldn't be possible.
Yeah, it's published by Xbox Game Studios. Yeah.
Then I think that's fine. Even if they had situations where maybe we get to a year where I doubt we're going to get to a situation again where we have like nothing really to show. like something like 2022.
Yeah, 100%.
But even then, like I would still love like a developer direct that even has like free first party games that follows the same format and slightly shorter. I think though, like less than an hour, get a really good look of each of the titles. And you get pumped for the year ahead.
Yeah,
it's a good format.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's a shame that we don't really know. We don't really have anything for first quarter in the same way that we had a Hi-Fi Rush last year. So there is a bit of a wait to play Senua. I was kind of hoping Towerborn might be that game that drops in like a February or March window, and I expected Ara to be sooner than it is.
They showed it off at Gamescom and it looked wonderful, but I think they delayed. Like I don't know if I just read this somewhere or what it was, but I think they just delayed it for like some technical polish.
Towerborn.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think
I might be
right.
thinking of something else.
I mean, the beauty is that there's no shortage of games to play, so Microsoft, at least in those core documents coming out of the FTC trial, it's like they're not afraid to spread things out anymore.
I'm just hoping we don't get a whole bunch of games just launch in fall, and
I don't think we'll see that happen again. I don't think we'll see like a 2-week gap between Forza Horizon 5 and Halo Infinite. I don't think that's ever happening.
At end of year, Age of Empires 2, I think DLC or something came out. There was Psychonauts.
Yeah. We had
Forza
Flight
Horizon
Sim on
5,
console. Yeah.
Flight Sim.
We had like...
It's like, everything's amazing. But
yeah, it was like buffet. We had the Sea of Thieves Pirates of the Caribbean thing a few months earlier. It was... second half of 21 is insane. That was amazing. But I think, I would expect from next year that they're doing a quarterly drop, quarterly new release. They've got the cadence. Next year I'm expecting like South of Midnight, Fable, maybe Clockwork Revolution, maybe you get your Age of Mythology, Cam. Maybe. Don't give me hope.
So bad. That is like one game that I played I played Age of Empires 2 so much when I was a kid, but as soon as Age of Mythology came out, I'm like, I love mythology.
Yeah.
Like giving me a campaign that spans through like all of them, like all the main ones that I love, yes.
Yeah.
100% yes.
So it looks like second half of 2024 might be stacked for Xbox, because I think Starfield Shattered Space DLC expansion, that's probably second half. Then you're going to have Ara, Avowed, Indie. Does Gears Collection drop in that window? Stalker 2 is an exclusive in September. It's going to be a busy second half.
I'm really keen for Stalker 2. And then surely I want some updates on some of these indies. I want to know where Replaced is at.
Yeah.
I want to know where Plucky Squire's at. 33 Immortals.
Yeah, definitely. Anyway, we can probably speculate for another hour or so, but should wrap it up. Thanks, Cam, for joining me, mate. This was fun. Where can people find you? Where should they go?
You can find me at ShadowlessAU on Twitter or X. Otherwise, I am one of the co-hosts of the Xbox Hall of Gamers podcast, and we record weekly live on Twitch. Otherwise, you can catch us on all podcast platforms such as Spotify and iTunes.
Love that. And when's the next episode?
Apple Podcasts. Tonight, we've got Nick Baker on from Xbox Era, which will be very good.
Nice. Nick's awesome. Thanks for tuning in, guys. This is going up on my YouTube channel. It's Shane Bailey as well, so you can catch the VOD there. And my next stream will probably be June for the showcase. So I'll catch you for the live reaction of that one. It's Shane Bailey on Twitter as well. And thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.